What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. And yes, we're talking about my Charlotte Hornets, who took out the Phoenix Suns tonight. Yes, the Phoenix Suns, who have the fifth best record in the NBA. Yes, the Phoenix Suns with 2 All-Stars on their squad in the guard position. Yes, versus my Phoenix Suns with my rookie guard heading up that thing, who got snubbed, if you ask me, out of the All-Star starting lineup, not just reserves. Yes, that's what we talking about. Charlotte Hornets got the W tonight. It's your main man, AB the Hero. We're finna break the whole thing down in this video. Let's
go. With my dude, AB the Hero.
What's up?
We getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
Hey.
AB, way to get out of the lane. How you get out of the lane?
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's a hustler for it.
Let's go. I'm out.
Alright, let's get into this, man. So tonight was a good game. As we already mentioned, the Hornets took the W. Smoked. Now I ain't gonna say smoke. I'm not gonna say smoke. In a good game. Took on one of the best teams in the NBA, one of the hottest teams in the NBA, one of the hottest teams dating back to last year in the bubble. They didn't even make the playoffs, but Devin Booker was looking like this season was about to be an all-star season for him. Then they added Chris Paul, and they looking pretty good right now. 5th best record in the NBA, coming out of the West, which is a much tougher conference in the whole vibe. All right, so when it comes to this game specifically, though, what I want to say is that, and this is a quick story time, is that this game reminded me of back in the JBA days. We went to, we were JBA USA. We went to over to Europe, played our first game in Denmark, Svendborg. A good time I had in Svendborg. And then we went over to Lithuania. We took some L's in Lithuania. And what happened is, I remember seeing LeVar ride LaMelo, ride him, be it all in this. I'm talking about challenging him, and he was challenging him because Melo was going off. Melo could get his, but everybody else was trying to figure out where they belonged on the court. And what he said to Melo was, bro, we know you can do your thing, but you the quarterback of this team, you got to get everybody else involved first, and then when you close this thing out, you get your points on the back end. But if we need you to facilitate and get everybody else going, you got to do that, because you can't win this on your own. Stuff clicked. Went on a super long winning streak after that. And tonight, that was the Melo that I felt like I seen in the first half, where he didn't score as many points in that first half, but it felt like he wasn't even really trying. He was dishing. LaMelo assisted on the first 2 buckets of the game. They pulled him out, came back in here, and closed out the first quarter in a quarter where they were the blowout that happened in the second quarter looked like it was about to start in the first quarter, and then they put Melo back in and he closed that gap. So that's what it really felt like tonight to me, is that in times that I've watched him and I seen him turn the corner into that leadership hump and take over games, this is what it looked like tonight. Because in the fourth quarter, when it was time to close it out, we started to see the respect of everybody, where they just backed up and my dog was just one-on-one, let me make a play, and made those plays over and over and over again. Now, I appreciate y'all subbing to the channel, hitting the notification bells. It's always love. It's always thankful. You know how that is. We appreciate it. The subs is going. We almost at that 10,000 mark, and y'all know I told you this before. When we hit the 10,000 mark, I was gonna drop this video, right? However, because of the way tonight went,
shout nickname.
And
Melo. Look at the camera. Melo. Who are your top 3 basketball icons? Me, myself, and I.
And because of tonight, when I see my dog go against some of the top guards in the NBA, the Chris Pauls, legendary Hall of Famer, the Devin Bookers, probably gonna ascend to that. That's where the trajectory is looking like for him. And had a type of game made me say, you know what, man, I was gonna wait to drop that. Tomorrow I'm gonna drop this full video on the channel at 10 o'clock. So hit your notifications, be there at 10 to watch the video, thumbs it up. Y'all know y'all appreciate y'all when before I can even drop my comment, y'all already be hitting the thumbs up and leaving a comment. I need all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? saying? Tomorrow at 10, we're trying to push this video through the algorithm and all of that stuff. It's a funny one. I guarantee you're going to like it. You're going to enjoy it. Also, we was doing them halftime shows, but now, man, I just be tweeting through the game, you feel me? Y'all pull up, man, and check me on the Twitters throughout the game, all that stuff. But let's get to the game. All right. I'll go back to my box score because I was over here looking at this earlier. And this is actually the second time I recorded this video too, but that's another story. So, like I was saying, tonight, another 20-point game. I wish I have on multiple different platforms before the season started have predicted where I felt like my dog Melo was going to end up. And I want to go back and I know that I've given different predictions on different platforms, and I want to really go back and just find every time I predicted what he was going to do and how people was like, bro, what? He a rookie. 20 points? 6 assists? 8? And so at some point I'm going to do that. 7 for 11 from the field. 20 points on 11 shots. I like to hear that. 3 for 7 from behind the arc. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Here's something, and this is not a shot at my dog Terry because you're a hooper, but you see you got 6 assists, 6 turnovers tonight, and you played 36 minutes, most minutes on the team, and which says something to me for when James Brager's your coach, and we know how he does not like to play a dude who had them many turnovers. The fact that you got 6 and you got a lot that many minutes on this night where you scored 10 points, but we're not gonna go there. Appreciate you, Terry. You're my guy. There was some stuff with this game that was interesting. For one, the referees, when it comes to Melo, they swallow that whistle, right? And I'm not the guy. One of my pet peeves of watching basketball is when somebody gets fouled or thinks they got fouled, and every play they doing this. Like, just play. LeBron do that, and that's why I can't even really watch Bron as much anymore, because I get tired of seeing him do this. And now they got Melo having to do this, but they really be hacking. There was at one point they blew the whistle late when Devin Booker damn near tried to stone cold stun him and dropped him on the ground, and is looking around like, what? There's no foul. Come on, man. A lot of times the referees, I know y'all watch my videos, refs, blow your whistle. Don't do that. Don't do that thing where you do the rookies. Come on now. I've been saying this since day one as well. Not a regular rookie. Have some respect. Moving on. Your boy Malik Monk. We talked about Malik Monk in the last game, and I was like, where's Malik Monk at? That one game he dropped 34, 36 points and would look unstoppable, and I was like nervous because I was like, yo, Malik hooping to the point where I'm like, yo, he might need to be a starter. Then went and disappeared. Tonight he came back in the second quarter. 5 3-pointers in tonight's game. Erased a 7-point deficit that this Hornets team was in, and Malik looked like looked like the guy who we need on this team if we're gonna make a playoff run. And when I say playoff run, I don't mean make it to the playoffs. I mean get to at least to the second round type of vibe. Malik Monk did his thing. Earlier we talked about this. Head-to-head with 2 all-star guards. Chris Paul, 20 points, 10 assists, 8 boards. Devin Booker, 33 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went head-to-head with these guys, and I feel like he showed up and held his own. You know what I'm saying? Statistically, Chris Paul is an animal, man. Plus 11. How you plus 11 in the game that y'all took an L to? And I don't know, just Chris Paul, shout out to you, but my dog Melo was on. You called him out, and he came down and put 2 3-pointers in your face. You know what I'm saying? And I know you remember that, and we all seen it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, Chris, because you incited that violence. You chose violence, and that's what happened to you. Now we go here and we look at that critical minute that I always be talking about. It's probably more than a minute, probably about a minute and a half, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So this was a difference than we seen the last game. If you remember the last game, Melo didn't get subbed out until like maybe the last 2 minutes in the first quarter. This time, back to where he used to traditionally get subbed out. We seen that play happen where at the 6-minute 37 mark, Melo gets subbed out for Miles Bridges. Malik Monk comes in for PJ Washington. and we don't see Melo again until 2 minutes and 36 seconds left into the quarter. Moves Terry Rozier out, and this was an interesting lineup, and I like this lineup. I believe it was LaMelo, Jalen McDaniels, Malik Monk, Miles Bridges, and PJ and Bismack. And the thing that I liked about this lineup is everybody in this lineup realized, oh, Melo runs the show. Nobody had nobody was thinking like, I need to bring it up. It's my turn to dribble the ball up. I want to score now. Malik, who eventually got hot because he had this moment here on the court with Melo. This one, and then he got into the game and then took off in the second quarter when Melo wasn't even in for most of that. But this lineup here looked different than any lineup that we have seen. And here's the kicker here: when Melo got into the game, 23 points, 2 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Finished the quarter with 34 points, which means what? They scored 11 points in 2.5 minutes. A lot of times when we get to that magic that magic minute, you'll see sometimes that, especially earlier in the season, maybe at 6 points after 6 whole minutes. So that just shows you the pace they were working with. Now we go here, and one of the things that I want to show y'all here is, let's check it out. I'm gonna go back to Malik here, but here's the thing that I always credit LaMelo with, and you see this in the second quarter where he pretty much did not score at all, right? You even look at the first quarter, 1 bucket here, and then we go to the fourth quarter in clutch time, and you start to see that action happening. Third quarter here, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of game he was having here. But you look, the thing that I always say about Melo is I appreciate his variety of shots in comparison to Lonzo, where you just get all shots from behind this arc here. One of the things that you also got to look at here, when he's in his zone, it's all green light. And this is the thing too. You go to your boy Malik in that second quarter here, bam, whoo, hot. And I'm gonna tell you, so when it's green, that basically means that at that moment your shooting be above the league average from that area, right? So Malik Monk pretty much is saying I'm on fire and I'm shooting better than everybody at this moment from everywhere on the court. As you see the game, it was a tight one for the first, off and on for the first half, third quarter, 3 quarters of this game, but ended up being a good game at the end. Some very questionable calls towards the end of the game. A lot of no calls as well, as we talked about. Y'all gotta don't swallow your whistle, referees. Devin Booker led all scorers. LaMelo led the Hornets with assists. Chris Paul led the game in assists. Fast break points went to Phoenix in this game. Points in the paint went to the Hornets. Second chance points, Hornets as well. And I think that there was some strategic things that happened with that allowed that to happen. Started to see more feeds into the paint. As you looked at that, LaMelo was attacking the rim. And just everybody was kind of getting there, especially towards the end of the game. There was something else that I noticed, is that there was a lack of Cody Zeller down the stretch in this game that seemed like it helped them play at a faster pace, you know what I'm saying, than we would typically see these Hornets play at, and I appreciated that. So one of the things that I also wanted to end this video talking about is, in the next, I believe it's like 67 days, there's 37 games that the Hornets play. So we're gonna be on here heavy. So y'all gotta get used to the board. Rock with me. Hit that like button. Push the content through. You know what I'm saying? And all of that stuff, man. Sub to the channel. I appreciate y'all for sure. We almost on our way to 10,000 subs, which is a milestone. I know y'all know that, and I'm hyped for it. So I appreciate that, all of that stuff, man. And yo, I'm telling you, this is my 3rd time recording this video. So, you know, the first 2 times was probably better. But I appreciate y'all sticking to the end to even know that. It's your man, I'm out.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.